Hello everybody, it's Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. In today's MTPredictor video, I'd like to follow up on the analysis I did several weeks ago now using our WPT or wave price target module for trying to project an area where the US stock market, i.e. the ES or the S&P 500 index, may well be making a wave C high. So I'd just like to update you on what's happened since then. But as usual, we have to start with our risk disclaimer and remind you that all examples in these videos should be considered as hypothetical. No trades are actually taken, they're just shown for illustration and trading purposes only. Remind you there's a risk of loss in trading and investing. Put another way, all trade decisions are your own responsibility, and all professional traders know and understand that losses will and can unfold no matter what trading approach there is. Right, let's go back to how the analysis looked when I placed the analysis on a while ago in our last video. So I'm just going to have a look and see. Oh yeah, it was back here somewhere. So if I use our training mode, it was back around here somewhere. So let's see what's happened since then. Well, since then, the ES is the daily chart of the ES, by the way. The market seems to have gone down here in what appears to be an ABC correction. So if I do right mouse click to Elliott wave intermediate, it seems that this is an ABC correction down here. So what could this be now? Well, this could be a wave B now. So if I clear everything off and I do our WPT module again, this time projecting up where wave C could end, we start of what could be the start of the wave A. As before, we start at what could be the end of the wave A, and now we have this ABC correction for wave B, so this could be the end of the wave B. You see, like this, A, B, and now we're projecting where a potential wave C could end. And as you can see, what the interesting thing is now, you can see what I've done is I've just dragged this WPT level across, which is the minimum area where a wave C is likely to end. And you can see yesterday, or the previous day, because we're just over the Labor Day holiday, the S&P 500 has gone up and just tagged that level. So it'll be very interesting to see whether this is now the end of our ABC correction as anticipated, and whether the stock market is now going to start going down, or whether we're going to carry on back up here a little bit further till we reach this typical wave C WPT area. Interesting enough, if we look at the ES, I'm just going to draw the ES chart. It's not the ES chart, the YM chart. The YM chart is a lot clearer, and it's given us a potential TS3 sell setup. So if I place the analysis on here, you can see there's the ABC correction with a potential sell setup coming in here. So it'll be very interesting to see whether we now put in a high here, of which the market will now carry on down. So we'll watch this market very closely over the next few weeks. But hopefully this has been a good example to, particularly as I did the last video, well, a number of weeks ago now, to show you how to project in advance of these potential areas. And now we're just following up to see that indeed the market has reached that minimum wave C WPT level there as anticipated all those couple of weeks ago, and let's see what the market does from here and see whether this is indeed the wave C high and the market carries on down, whether it's going to edge up a bit further into the typical wave C WPT. But remember, we put this into the context of a larger degree area of where we think the whole of this correction here at the moment is still a large degree wave 2 or B. We're all in this area here. It's a bit sort of a choppy, horrible correction we have at the moment here. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens over the next few weeks and see what carries on down there. Projecting in advance doesn't only work with our WPT levels, we also do it with our DP or decision point levels. A good example of that is on the Forex. I can't resist showing this at the moment. Our Forex chart, this is on the British pound US dollar, and obviously what's happening at the moment is will our parliament be suspended or not, or what's going to happen here. But I just want to show you just again how you can project in advance and work forward. So here I'm going to go out to the higher time frame chart. This is on the daily chart. Take that off, and remember we can go back days and days ago. So if I go back days and days, you go back to the previous low here, we right mouse click, do decision point. Can you see how that's on the chart in advance? That's there before the market even gets there. Just see what the market's actually done today. The market's gone down, but look where it's reversing. It's reversing right at our support zone. So when we're coming into our shorter time frame chart, you can see that is indeed coming to that level and making a low there. So on the pound against the US dollar, it'll be very interesting to see whether this indeed does make a low here and we get a rally from here. We had a very nice sell earlier up at the top there as well before the market declined, and if you're a really aggressive, really short-term trader, I saw on the 5-minute chart there was actually a TS1 buy set up here. Again, this would have been a very, very aggressive trade because that was against a red MTP trend. But anyway, another example of how you can use the tools in MTPredictor to project in advance, i.e. before the market even gets there, potential support and resistance examples, where the first example is where we're following up on the WPT levels we looked at a couple of weeks ago on the ES chart, and now a quick look at the British pound US dollar on Forex to see how this level would have been placed on the chart in advance, particularly as all the Brexit stuff that's going on today in the UK Parliament.